Hey everyone, this is Meredith Rivas, and the speech I'm recording right now is a speech I gave earlier at Toastmasters Club. It is my first speech, the Icebreaker speech, and it is titled "The Time Is Yours." So, I'm just going to read it as I gave it. Mind you, I was standing in front of a room of people, so some of the statements are geared towards a larger audience. Okay, let's begin. Okay. I'm sure that everyone in this room could think over the course of your own lives and remember that exact moment. It's not a moment that you could easily forget because of the immense power it holds and the way it likely changed you forever. It's a moment so boldly defined that it's infused with an almost magical quality. You owe a large part of who you are in this exact point in time to this moment, and it's likely to go on influencing the rest of your life from here onward in the same way, if not more profoundly, after hearing what I have to say. Now, you may be wondering what it is I'm referring to. Meredith, what one moment of the thousands we've experienced could possibly hold so much power that it has the ability to alter the entire course of my life? I'm not talking about when you were born, when you got your first kiss, or even when you finally held that college diploma in your hands. I'm talking about the moment you decided to change your life, to be the person you knew was there all along, waiting for the perfect time to shine. But I digress. My story starts much the same way as yours did. I was born, raised, and educated, just like everyone else. I grew up, learned about friends, learned about boys, and learned about the workings of life. However, I never really had to try too hard at anything because of how easily things always came to me. I could study or not study and still do well in school. I could fancy learning a new hobby or skill, and within no time at all would master it or find it too easy and grow bored. Or I could decide I wanted something, and with seemingly no effort, it would just show up in my life. All of these examples are really nice things to have, but they also bred an attitude of complacency and laziness. I mean, why wouldn't it? Because of this attitude, I sort of drifted through life for a little while. I went to college where I bounced around degrees for about 5 years. I got jobs waiting tables to support myself through school. And I partied way more than I should have, a trait characteristic of those with no direction in life. I existed, yet I did not live. I spent my days wandering about, looking for any sign pointing me towards my destiny in life. What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I here? What would really make me happy? What do I even enjoy doing? Were questions I asked myself on a daily basis. I read countless books on the law of attraction, waiting for that silver bullet to show up in my life, pointing with big, bright, flashing lights in the direction of my true purpose. I made vision boards, meditated, and did all number of other tricks in an attempt to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, what I could do, what I was expected to do. I'll never forget the moment that light bulb finally went off in my head. It was a normal day, not unlike any other. I was lounging around the house, playing games on my phone, mindlessly contemplating the same questions I asked myself on a daily basis. As I became frustrated once again with the lack of answers the universe was providing to me, the thought occurred to me that if I was ever going to do anything, I would have to make the decision right then and there to slowly start making myself into the person I wanted to be, the person I saw in all those visions of what my future could be. Surely, no one was ever going to force me. I could continue on living a mediocre life, settle for a job that paid the bills, and eventually get married and start a family. or I could do something different. Whatever I chose, the choice was mine and mine alone. It was a long and arduous road that changed me into the person standing before you today. There were many frustrations, failures, and months lacking any progress at all. There were times I was so elated, and there were times of extreme disappointment. Elated because I was finally living life for me on my own terms. Disappointed because of how slowly things seemed to be moving along. I could have quit at any time and gone on living life the same way I always had, and no one would be the wiser. But something inside of me had changed, and I knew I could never again be satisfied with living less of a life than I was capable of achieving. When the day finally came that I looked in the mirror and saw the person staring back at me was the person I always wanted to be, I knew I had to share this knowledge with other people. If I could turn my entire life around and transform some of my worst habits to reflect my highest values, then anyone could do it. After all, it's only a matter of belief in yourself, holding a clear vision of the future you want for yourself in your head, and doing the action that will get you there. Maybe you've thought back over your own lives as I've stood here telling my own story. Maybe you remembered your own moment when your entire life changed, when you made the decision, as I have, to be more than you were. Maybe your light bulb went off while listening to me tell this story, finally realizing the incredible power you hold in your own mind. Or maybe your moment is yet to come, laying dormant in your subconscious, waiting for the perfect moment for you to finally be ready to welcome the process of change into your own life. Whatever holds true for you, know you can always make the choice to do something more. All you have to do is take that first step. Change is a scary process. It's never an easy road, and it's often very difficult. Yet, once you come to a place where the desire for greatness overpowers any fear of change, you begin the process of metamorphosis. From there, there's no turning back to the caterpillar you once were. Then, one day, seemingly out of nowhere, you'll notice your reflection in the mirror and see the beautiful butterfly you always knew was there. Now, before I wrap up, I want to ask you to think back over your life and identify 3 times you were required to change and grow. How did that affect you? Are you better or worse off because of it? Are you happy it happened or resentful of it? It's very unlikely that you'll feel resentful towards the change, no matter how hard the process was. Change is a pain that, once it's gone, you seldom remember. Similar to what I hear childbirth is like. Never experienced it, so I would not know. So I challenge you today to identify an area of your life that you would like to change and to have the courage to be brutally honest with yourself about the steps you need to take to start the process. It all ends and begins with you. Now, who's ready to boldly create the life you know you deserve? All right, that is it, guys. Thank you for listening to my Toastmasters Icebreaker speech from today. I will be posting many more speeches in the weeks to come because I'm trying to qualify for international competition. All right, that's it. Meredith Rivas signing off. Have a fabulous weekend.